Hey guys, this is Vulpoaica and I'm gonna share you some information how to make a first-person controller with a stamina bar with Playmaker in Unity 2019. It's not that hard, so I'm gonna show you something right now. I used this first time when I made a new home. This is my second game. I put it on Steam. But the assets that I used, this one, it didn't work. There are some coding inside this package, which means when you press escape or you try to run or to jump, there are some keys mentioning in the coding, and then when I want to do a menu or something else, the coding couldn't, like my coding and his or her coding didn't work together and it crashed the game, so it didn't work. So I have to make a new I had to make a first-person coding by myself. And yes, so I'm gonna show you how I did it with the new home. You can see that I did this the first person that you can see right now. I have here the sound, the assets. So I'm gonna put this, if you want to have it, is free, and I'm gonna put it on the description of the video, no problem. So if we have to make a first-person controller, it's not that hard. The introduction to make one is it's not hard because it's mentioned on YouTube by Unity Playmaker itself. But with the stamina bar doesn't show a lot of this. So I'm gonna show you how you do with the stamina bar, and if it's stamina bar is depleted, so there is no stamina, it will automatically go to walking, and then you have to press again to shift and it will run, and then and with the sound of breathing, heavy sound inclusive. So let's do this. We don't have a terrian. You can see it's all empty, you see nothing. We have the main camera, so what we will do is we need to put a terrian so we can walk on it, otherwise we cannot. So you go to 3D object and you go to terrian right here, you press it, and then you come here to the settings icon. Is always like a key thingy, and then we have to go and make it to how big you want to do it. Well, we will do 200. It's enough for the test. Normally you have to see the terrian. So if you go to terrian and you press just F, normally you can see it. Why can I not see the terrian now? Where is the terrian, please? Oh yeah, because I'm on 2D, that's why. Idiot. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, if you go to 2D, then you don't see it. So you have to be on 3D, you see, and then it's disabled. My bad. So we're gonna go here on this thingy, and we're gonna keep this one. Okay, we need an object. You can do whatever you want. Always take a capsule. The capsule, where the heck is it? Damn, just right here. Capsule, I want you to be here, so you take the game object and you do it aligned with view, and normally he has to be here. Great. Rotation, we put this to 0, and we're gonna put this like 1.8. That's the height, how long that is. What do we need? We don't need a capsule collider, because when we do the character controller, it will already be with the collider. So we have to remove this. We can make this smaller. That's the material. You can take it off, but at first I will let it like this. Why there are two of them? What the heck? And then we need this one. Voila. And then we put this also to 1.8, just like this one. And then we have, and then you can see this green. You see this green showing? That is the collider. Great. Now what we need to do is we need the Playmaker. So if we are going to the capsule, we're gonna rename it first person controller. Okay, we're gonna write here FSM, we add component, we click this, and we need the movement of the player. So we're gonna press edit, and we're gonna do it like this, or we can do it like this and it's bigger and then you can see it. So we need the movement, player, we have standing still, we need one. Then we need one player moving or actually walking. I will do it like this, standing still, and this one will be player running. Good. I always put this on green because they will move, you know. Okay, good. Now what we need to do is we need the character to move. So what we need is a controller simple move. We need this, yes, we need the owner, then we need to have the vector. We put this 4 because it will be like a walking thingy speed. 1 is very, very slow. So we need the vector. This one. This we need to get axis vector. What does this mean? The vertical and the horizontal. If you stay with your mouse, say the name of the horizontal input axis. See Unity Input Manager. Input Manager is the settings that you put the keys, which keys you need to press to go. I don't know, you want to fire something, you want to grab something, you want to walk, to move. Where you can find this is you go to the project settings and then you see Input Manager, and then if we put like here, you can see horizontal, it's left and right, that's the arrows, and the A and the D is the keys that you press. And then this is the same with vertical, down, up, S and B. So this is, and you have to write the correct word. So if you see horizontal, you have to put that in the Playmaker. If you put horizontal without an L or something, it will not work. So this has to be correctly written. What do we need to do now? So we're gonna let like this. We need to make a new variable, and this variable will be player vector 3, and then we need to put here player vector 3. Good. So what do we need to do? You have this, but the problem will be if we play it. So let's see. Wait just a second. I'm gonna grab this main camera. You put this aligned with view, and if you play it, you can see we can move, but the camera will not move. So even if you do it like this, it will not work. Well, a little bit, but it will not move. So we need to do something, okay? Don't worry. So what we need to do now is we have to tag it. So when you press this first person controller, we have to make this as Playmaker, so it detects if you want to make a trigger or something, a trigger event. This is the camera, so we can put this as the main camera, but we can do the camera like this. So if you can write player camera, that's not a problem. Great. We need to do something for the camera to move with the movement. So we need another one, and then will be the player camera. We have to do some, I think it's the mouse look, another one. So we need a Y. I think I put this on 10. I remember. So how bigger the numbers here, how the sensitivity will be really fast to rotate your camera. I put it a little bit slow, so I think it was 8. I think I put 10 or 8. This is how maximum rotation it is. I think it's good. You can put like this if you want. It's not a problem. I remember I did like this, I think, for new home. So what do we need to do is, I think we need to make the camera, and I think this one, I think the camera too, I hope so. And then we have to go back to the movement, and yeah, we need to put the camera here, because this means when you, like you can see, we calculate the factor relative to this game object to predict the camera. So you need to have the camera here, so when you move to the right, it moves, the camera will go also to the right. Otherwise it will be really strange. We need to put this not to 0, it seems, not at all. So we're gonna play, and why does, oh yeah, I know what I have to do, right? We need the camera to put in the controller. Okay, we need to delete this, and we're gonna do like this. It's more easier. So you go right click, main camera. Where's the main camera? We're gonna put this as the main camera. We go up, and then a little bit out like this. You can see that these corners, you know, you see the lines. You can see the lines. This line, this white one, it has to go outside. Go back to the camera. So this is the camera. Like this. I think it will be good now. Oh, I remember now. Yeah. And this one has to be like this. And we need to do something more about it. We need the we need to put the mouse. This cursor is making me crazy, so you have to hide the cursor and lock it. And lock it means in the middle. It will be in the middle. We're gonna go back, and then you can see where the mouse goes. It will follow. Great, it's working. So what we need to do for the stamina, it will be a couple of steps. It's not difficult, don't panic. We need to do the stamina. We can do two things, or you can make your own stamina bar to put it in. It's not difficult. Or we make a stamina bar from the Unity itself. We're gonna do first the Unity itself, and then we can do a stamina bar from what you have drawn, and then you can put it in the game. I already put 2 of them here, stamina, so I'm going to show you then, no problem. And the running sound I edit with Audacity. So what we have to do now is the stamina. So you right click in the hierarchy, and we go to UA, this user interface, and then we need to click the slider here. This will automatically add with the canvas, so don't delete this. This is very important. You can put it like this, now you don't touch it. This is the canvas, this is the slider, this is the background. It's very small, you can see it, it's right here. We're gonna make it bigger and then put it downwards, no problem. This is the handler. So the handler is this circle here, this very small. We have to make it this bigger, and to set it, so we have to press here. You press it with your left mouse key, and then you can select this, and on the same time you have to press the Alt and the Shift. You can see that. So when you press the Alt key on the left from your keyboard, it changes. When you press with the Shift, so you have the Alt key with the Shift, and then you press it like this, and then it will always remain down. Not a problem, you can also change it. So when you do this, you go to the scene, you have to go to the 2D now. So you can see 2D, you have to press that. I'm gonna press Canvas F, you can scroll it closer, and then you can get that. So I'm gonna check if it's still okay. Okay, and now we can go a little bit up, and that will be enough. We have to check here. So we have to check if it's all 0. So this has to be 0. And this has to be 0 too. This one we don't need that. The handle, we don't need the handle. That's the, I'm gonna make this the bigger, the slider. So I'm gonna put here 3, 3, 3, like slider. And the handle, that means, you know, if you see, it's the circle thingy. We don't need the circle. So what we have to do now is just select it and then press delete on your keyboard. Now, this is the background. What we have to do is interactable. So if you want to press like a button or something, we don't need that because the handler is gone. So we can just make it like empty. And then here you can select none. This is the fill, and this how much is the value. I'm gonna put 30, and then when you see, it's still like white with gray, so I don't like it. We have to also put whole numbers. I like whole numbers better than floats. Floats are with commas, with numbers, and the whole numbers is without the comma. So we want to do the background to change it. So I'm gonna put this with gray. You can see that here. If I put it like here, you see it's gray. And then when you put the fill, I will do it in green, like this. Okay, and then when you go here, you can see it's better now. What do we need to do is we're gonna take this out. We don't need this. I think it's good now. Great. What do we have to do now? So we need to make an FSM. So by slider, we're gonna take an FSM, and we're gonna state here stamina bar. We're gonna press enter. Oh, edit, my excuses. And then we have to do this. So we have this start one. We have this one is to regenerate stamina, and we need another one. And this deplete stamina. This will be in red. This will be in green. Good. Now what we need to do, we need to make the stamina the value of the slider. So I'm gonna put slider here, UE slider set value. We are gonna put this a new value, and that is the stamina value every frame. The stamina value, when we go to the variables and you click stamina value, we need to put the value. So it was 30. Why? When you go to inspector, I put 30. There's always, when you change something here, you said like 50, you put here also 50. Okay, good. So I'm going to put it right here, maximum, so that is good. Now we always put this on the maximum, okay? So what we need more, we need the to set it, the slider value. Otherwise, it will not work. So we have to select the slider with the left mouse key, and you slide this here. And then you have more options. You press the slider, you set property. You select this property, the value, and the value has to be the stamina value. Every frame. We need a float clamp. So this stamina value, it's a float. It's not a whole number. So we have to do like that. Otherwise we cannot do it. So we have to do the stamina value. We have to make the maximum and the minimum so that he knows where to stop and where it finishes the stamina. Otherwise it will not work. You can press here, but I would recommend to make a variable, which is better. So you put minimum value, and then here you put a maximum value. We go to variables. Minimum is of course 0, and the maximum is 30. We go, and then we need something else. We need to add floats. So if you go to regenerate stamina, of course we have to add it. So the float variable is the stamina value, and we are going to add it. So yes, we're going to add. So add stamina every frame and every second. If you don't select per second, you will not see the change of the slider. It will go nicely, generates, by time. And if you take out every frame and only the seconds, it will not work. So just put it both, please. We have to do the same thing. We can copy this. You select this with Shift, and then you go and you copy by the stamina. I didn't do the add stamina, so we have to go to the variable, add stamina, and we can put this on 1 if you want to. It depends how much you want to. If you want to go faster, you can put it 5. If you want to make it a bit difficult for the player, you put it on 1 or something. It's your choice. Good. Now we have to go here. It's the same thing. It's a slider, every frame, blah, blah, blah. Now we have to subtract. So we need float. Where is the subtract? Here. So we still stamina value, and here will be take stamina. Every frame, every second, and if we take it, be a lot. I would say 15 or something. But go faster. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to go to the player first controller. We need to go to the movement. We have the standing still, the walking, and the running. Why do I have a standing still? If you run and you release your shift, it will go to the standing still. So there will not be a bug. I had walking and running only, and I remember my test players, my friends, when they tested the game, there was something wrong with the stamina bar, and it didn't work well. So what I did is doing like this, and then everything will do his thing. So what we have to do now is we need to do the stamina. We have to let the game know that we are moving. So what we need to do is get I think it's the button. I don't think it's the key. So let's say down, and this will be the vertical, Y vertical. I'm gonna show you. To project settings, you go to input, you go to vertical, and that's the down and up. So when you go up, when you press up, you go front, and or you go backwards is down. So that's why. So only when you press vertical, and we have to make an here. I already made it, but it's the left shift, and I'm gonna make a new one. So it's this press vertical button, and then we have to click right on the state, add transaction, press vertical button, like this. Good. We need to do something here. We need to make a send event. Why? Because we need to do it to go to this, to the stamina bar. So he needs to know if we have to regenerate or we have to deplete. So we go back to the person controller, and here we're gonna send to the FSM. And FSM, that means well, this is a game object, and this is the FSM. So what we do is we only send an event to a game object with an FSM. We need to give the specific game object, this is the slider, and which FSM is the stamina bar. So if you look here to the stamina bar, you can see, you can write whatever you want, but if you change here something, like for example, stamina bar, I don't know, I'm just saying value, it will not change here. You have to select again, okay? So be careful, if it doesn't work, check your selection, okay? So we go back and we're gonna press again, goes to stamina bar. And we have to make a new global event, and this will be, how will I name this one? Maybe released left shift. There's a stamina bar, but I did like this, and that's it. I think so. Good. Now we have to do, oh yeah, we have to come here then to the slider. You select the regenerate stamina, you press right, you go to add global transaction, custom events, release left shift. Okay, we go back to the first person controller. We are gonna select all of this, copy it, and press it. So what do we have to do? We have to delete this because we don't need the vertical to press it down. We need to get the up button. So we go to find button, and this up, that means it's released. We're gonna put this above vertical, and we are gonna do release vertical button. Voilà. Do the same, right click, add transaction, and release vertical button, and then you select this so you can go back here. What do we do next is we need to put the shift, the left shift. So if people will press on the WASD keys, they need the shift on the left side, so we need to do that. It's a key now, it's not a button. A button is in general. You have the vertical, you have the horizontal, you want to fire with the left mouse button, it's like this. The key, it's just a simple, like you press on the D key, or an S key, or a shift key, of a space key, of an escape key. It's just one simple key. We need to put it down. We're gonna put under the vertical. And we have to go, well, you can press on your keyboard L, and it will show left arrow, left parent, less bracket. Come on, where is the left? Here, left shift. And then we can do this. I already have, yeah, you can do new event. I already have one, and they can write down a new event, press left shift, and we can click here, add transaction, and press left shift, and we have to go here. It goes, you can see that the arrow goes here, so what you have to do is press left shift, you go press right mouse button, start link start, and then you can do it on the left, and it will go like this. What do we need to do next? I think this is enough. We have to go to the running, and this will be a little bit complicated, but no problem. We need to copy this too. We're gonna put it here. This will be 8. The speed will be 8. It will be double if he runs. And we need to do the release. So let's put this one. We can copy this, and then we can use this right here. And then we need to copy key up. So that means that the shift, if it's will be released, will be going to these two. I'm gonna press L on your keyboard, and this will be easier like this. Then will be release left shift, and then we have to put here. So we have the release vertical button. Release vertical button, and this will be here. Then I'm gonna put this right like this. Then we need to running. Let's see here, release left and be here also. Yeah, I thought so. So this one has to be here. I'm gonna put it right here like this. Good. So the left will be there. I'm gonna change the color too because it would be not easy. So I'm gonna put this to purple and this one to orange, and now you can see, right? And then this one, I don't know how the heck I have to show you guys like this. You can see, right? So this will go to here, this goes back, this goes here. Then the vertical, when you don't want to show that you are moving, you stop moving, you go standing still. If you release the left shift, of course you're not running anymore, you go back to walking. Okay, good. Now what we have to do now is we need a lot of things on the running. What do we need to do is, I think these two should be under, so you can put this under. And here we need some things for the slider. What we need to do here is also a send event. That's also very important. Send event to the game object FSM. You select the slider right here. Then we need which slider, which FSM I mean, the stamina bar. And we need to do this with release left shift. No, press left shift, my excuses, press left shift. This one was the release, this one was also release, and this one is pressed. We need to go back to the slider, so we have the release left shift, and this will be the press left shift. Okay, so he knows which one it will go. Now we need to do something to automatically, if it goes 0, it will automatically go to walking. And then he has to generate. So what we need to do is we need to get the float. We need to get float, like this one was it. We need to get the slider, get the FSM, and we need the minimum value, and this will be reach to 0 every frame. Don't forget that. Then we need something. We need the slider. We need, got that. We can put, you can put here the lock, and then every time when you move, it will not move the Playmaker visual. So we're gonna select the slider. See this blue line, release it, and then we have to get the property. We not set it, and we need the value of it, and we need to explain reach to 0 every frame. Then we need a float compare, and that float compare we're gonna put it under for example the minimum value, and the minimum value has to be 0 with the float, dus with the value of the slider, is equal to reaching 0. And then we have one that's greater, we need that. So when it's reach more than 0, we have these two, then we need to add transaction reach 0, and if it reaches to 0, we are going back to walking. Now I have to do this on the right. This is goes back to walking. You can see that, right? I'm trying to, you know what, I'm gonna put this on the left side, and I'm gonna put this on the left side. You can see then, I hope. Okay, so this goes here, this, what the heck is going on? Yes, it's here, reaches 0, it stops running, goes to walking, and then when it's greater than here, my bad, here transaction like this, it goes back here, it goes non-stop here, so it's a loop. So it will just, for example, you are running and it's above 0, it will not go to walking. He has to know, the coding has to know, oh yeah, you're still running, you didn't reach to 0, so you can keep running. And if it reaches to 0, you cannot run, you have to walk. Okay, good. I think that is it. I don't think we need something else. So what we need to do, we have to test it. So let's see, this stamina starter is really small. I'm gonna put this on 5 that you can see, right? On the slider. And you can set it here, scale it, and it goes bigger. Good. What do we need to do? We go to slider, we go to Playmaker, the lock, we can close it. What we need to do is we need to put the output of the value, and then we can see what is going on. And we're gonna check. We're gonna first, I'm gonna put it here so you can see. I'm gonna put it like this, right? Oop. For example, and we're gonna, I think you can see then how it changes. Okay, good. I'm gonna try it. You know, you never know. Great. I'm gonna save it too. Always save, and we're gonna try if it works. So we can move. Okay, look, it's walking now, standing still, walking, and then you can see when you try to move, when you want to try to run, you can't. Like, it's generating, and then when you press on shift again, it will automatically go to walking because you cannot run anymore. It's depleted. You can do like this the whole time. It's working. So we need to go to the slider, and I'm gonna show you here. So it's generating, and we need to show you here too. It's generating, you can see that, and if you press left, it starts to deplete and it goes back to release. And if you like run, and then let me show you, if you run and you go to standing still, it will still generate. That was the problem I had. So it generates, let me wait just a little bit. I'm gonna show you. So the add stamina was 1. So like generate and then stop, it will still generate. And that was the problem with my coding. So it works. So you can see it is working, and then you check here, it's standing still. Great. What do we need to do now? We have to add some noise, so you can see. We need to do now. We can press this, so we'll go back here. Oh yeah, we have to do something because this is in the air and I hate that. What you need to do is you press play. Okay, you press on this pause, and you can see this is the correct number, and then you can do this and you set this, and then it's already on the ground, and then it's not it's perfect on the ground and it will not fall from the terrain. Okay, another thing that I need to show you guys, yeah, the running sound. So, or you can do the footstep sounds, or you can do the running sounds, or you can do both. It's not a problem. I will show you. We can then do self-sider. We can do that later. We need to do something with the sound. So I'm gonna show you how I did it. So what do we need to do? So I found on free sound a running breathing sound. So I'm gonna. So it's a woman sound. You can do whatever you want. There's some gaps here. So what we need to do is we download the sound. You have to register it first, and then you can download it. And then I already did that, so to check if it goes well. So it will be in the downloads. You can see that here in the downloads. And then we need to use the Audacity. So okay, so we need to you need to select this and you put this here. Okay, now we need to check. So you see the gap here. So I deleted this, and I deleted this too. Or if you're not sure, because I already did, you just select all. So Control A, and you go to Effect and Volume and Compression, and then you go to Normalize. What I did is, did I did on 12? Let's. I remember if you do -1, it's, yeah. So you have to go more than 1. So I think I did it with 12, it seems. Yeah. Apply, and then you see the gap. You see that? And then you can delete this too. And we're gonna check. Okay, so here we don't need this. We're gonna check. just a little bit more, and then that's good. We can file and we can export that. So export audio, you do where do you want to do. I did it here, okay, and then you do save, and then he will export, and do the WAV because it's better, and then you export. Okay, you press on export, that's it. Okay, now I'm gonna not save this, and we are going to go to Unity back, and we go to the running sounds. How do you make a folder? It's not hard. You press on the right bait project, and then you press folder, and I can rename it. I did my folder, I always do that, and on my running. And now we need to add the thingy. So you put here, you slip it, and that's it. You press the running sound. This is not good. That means when the game will start, you will load all the sounds when starting. That's very bad. What you have to do is not go on load, but compress in memory this to be empty. Vorbis, it's a big file. What you need to do is a PCM. If you have music that there is a lot of bass in it, you have to add it for Vorbis because the bass is better there. But if you have sounds that there is no bass needed, you do on PCM, and then the game will be, the sound will be smaller. You can see that's really small. If you do Vorbis and then on load, it's a bit bigger. So so always do this, and it's smaller. Normally it's smaller. I always know that. I did this with all the sound. We need to make an object. Yes, so we make this. You make audio source. We put here running sound, like this. It's better. You open this, play on wake and on loop. We're gonna put the volume, and then you select this and you put it here. We will deactivate it, because if it's activated, then it will play the. You see? So that's not good. So you deactivate it. We go to the first person controller, you go to add it to the movement, and now here we can add the activation of the sound. So activate game object. We put this above the send event specific, this one. It has to be off. We copy this, we go here, and it will be this one, and then when it goes to running, we will activate that. Just here, or just one. Good. We are gonna test it if it works. Okay, and now when it's moving, well, it's walking, it will make a sound, and then and automatically goes to walking. You don't hear it anymore. You can do also better walking sound. That's not a problem. You can do that if you want. I can show it right now. Let's see. We need an asset. Packet manager. Didn't have it. Yeah, this one. You can do this one, or you can do this one. I'm gonna take this one. Snow and grass. It's a free one. I'm sure of it. You can download this. Okay, we're gonna import. I'm gonna check if there is nothing wrong. Import. There are some sounds that are loops, so you can know how to do it. There's a sound, here it is. So the step single of the loop, we need a grass one. You have the running, I see, and you have the walking. So what do we need to do? I'm gonna check this. This looks nice. Okay, we're gonna put memory. PCM. This is a 2, so we have to make this one another audio. This is the walking sound, and then we need another one, walking sound 2 was it, right? I remember. Yeah, this one was it. Okay, and then on a loop we can put this right like this, kind of a bit louder, we can see that. What else? I didn't do this one. This is spread. Good. Now we need the running one. So it's the loop, it's the grass, it's the running. Let me see. Okay. Okay, this is not bad. This apply is the first one. So we need another one, an audio source, and this is the running footsteps sound. And we can do this also, so I know which one it is. And then also a loop, the first. And we're gonna check if this will also work. Okay, so we need this to be deactivated. We go to the player first controller. We are going to add here the standing still. We don't need that, of course, but we're gonna put it. So you can copy this and then you can paste here, and it's more easier. So deactivate the walking sound and deactivate the running sounds for sure. We are going to select this. We're gonna add this under the running sound. The walking has to activate, but the running not. Then we go back to the running sound here. And the walking sound is deactivated, but the running sound it's not. Good. We're gonna try that. And if you go, and you can hear the difference. You can see that, right? Good. All works. That's fine. We're gonna save it. Everything works. Now, what we need to do now is if you make your own slider. I already made one. So I made one in the Photoshop. I'm going to show you. So when you make on the Photoshop, I made it really simple. You make one green one and the gray one under it. That's very important. If you just make the green one, you know, then they don't know where it's depleting. It's the same as the slider here. So you have the background and then you have the fill, you see. So we need that, we need both, okay. So I made these two, and then you export that. You export the images. I use a script which is layers to PNG. I'm gonna try to find that and to share it in the description. It's more easier, because why is that? It cuts only the thing, you see, it's not the whole image, and it cuts, and then you can see how big it is. You see, it cuts it by itself. Okay, so these images, we need to set them here. So we go to assets, you make my folder, stamina bar. I made a folder here, you select this both, and then you put it here, and you can see them. You need to set them to here, sprite 2D and UE. We're gonna put this on 500, depending, and I'm gonna see how big that is. That's good. That's good. You can make it more smaller. We're gonna check, okay? Canvas. I did like this. We're gonna make a new We make a new slider, handler gone. We take this canvas and you have to put this on scale size, and that's like this. I think this one I put on in the middle, and then we need to do the slider like this. Value 30, whole numbers. Then the background will be like this. Fill would be the green one. And then we have to make this bigger. Like this. We have to select that with the Alt. Thus you press left key, left button on this one. Alt and Shift together. Press this. We go back to the scene, make a 2D. We press the canvas and key F on your keyboard, and then you go back here like this. Voila, that's better. Okay, and now we have to take this out, and that's it. Okay, now we need to do something with our controller. So let's say this one, we don't use it anymore. We want to use our own stamina bar. We need to check here first. Oh, wait. We forgot to do this. This is more easier. If you put the slider that we don't use it anymore, you do here and you go copy. You go back to the slider, you come here on the slider title, on the right click, paste it as new. Okay, then you delete this and then you have the slider again. We're gonna go here first, so we gonna, yeah, so this is deleted, this is the owner, yes. Then we select this slider, set property value, and this is stamina value. Every frame we delete this. The same to here, that he knows that this is the property value every frame, and this is the stamina value here. Now we can delete this. We have to go to the controller and we have to check. Yes, just we have to put the slider. Then we have to go and put this also the slider. Then we have to put this also the slider. We have to put this get property. A slider get property value, and this has to be this one. Every frame. Okay, I'm gonna check. It has to be something else. Okay, here's slider. Normally now it will work. Normally. So why is that not 0? We have to put this like here. Why it's, oh wait just a second. 0 0 0 0 0. That's why you need to do 0. You can see that, right? 0 0. That's very important. This one no, because this one is showing how much this is the distance. Okay, so just here. Okay, then we have to put there. Okay, and then we go back. Okay, and now, so it generates, and if I press here, okay, now, so you can do like this. It's no problem. This is how I did it with for new home. I did it like this. So yeah, if you think it's helpful, I hope so, because when I try to do this, when I tried to find something about stamina bars, I didn't see so much information about it. So I hope this will work for you. It works for 2019, so I hope it will work for other versions. I'm not sure. I didn't test it yet. So yeah, that's it. So if you have some things to say, I don't mind. Oh, and I learned something from my friend James Smart. He's also in his hobby. He likes to make games too. I learned something. If you go to Terran, and you don't know you have so many Terrans, right? I'm gonna delete this. Yes. And you don't know, like for example, you want to make another Terran. It's the same thing, but you want to change the color of the grass, of the textures or something like that. What you have to do is select the Terran and go here to the three. Uh, you see this kind of three circles, kind of. You go to debug and you select new Terran. Then you know this one is it, and then you be like, you can write whatever you want. You go to Terran and then you know it's this Terran. You go to debug and then to normal, and then you know it this one, and then you can change the name, and then you know that this is the Terran. What do we have to change? That's it. Yeah, so this is the whole explanation how to do a first person with the running sounds of breathing and with walking and running assets that you can put it in. So yeah, so I'm gonna put in the description the sound of that breathing. I will put also the asset if you want to have that free asset that I told you and you don't mind it if it's already scripted. If you want to do your own script, you can do with mine. And I'm gonna check if there's like this export for the Photoshop, if there is like the, you know, the tool that I this one. I'm gonna try to find this for you. Okay, thank you for watching. You can subscribe or something, no problem. I'm gonna try my best to show what I did for new home, and then I will upload more videos so you can do also for your game, no problem. Goodbye guys, thank you, bye.